Welcome to the Power Lunch Podcast, your midday dose of boldness, brilliance, and a little bit of badassery. I'm Amy Sousa, here with my powerhouse co-hosts, Tracie Munce and Lisa Carmichael, and we're coming in hot to shake things up. Each week, we dish out bite-sized, high-impact conversations on business, health, purpose, wealth, and the wild, beautiful chaos in between. Whether you're building your dream, rebooting your story, or just catching your breath, this is your space to get grounded, inspired, and reignited. This isn't just another podcast, it's your power move. Let's go.
Lisa, yeah, we're so excited you're here.
Thanks. I'm happy to be here.
You've had 35 years in the real estate. Tell us about your experience.
Well, it's been actually the real estate career has been really nice for me because it's allowed me to get up in the morning with my kids, meet them after school every day, be home for dinner most of the times. I remember one time I missed out on the 4th of July get together with the fireworks because I was trying to pull 3 transactions together at once. And I remember my husband was kind of upset because I couldn't go, but I'm like, I gotta do it now, which is gotta close some business. The way it is, you gotta do it now, you know? So yeah, it's been good because I've been able to balance real estate with my family.
And you wouldn't do that now because you've learned after 35 years, you've learned what works and what doesn't work.
Right. Right.
What drew you to the business in the first place? 35 years in a business, number one. I mean, kudos to that. I think that, so many people like jump jobs right now.
Right.
But 35 years doing the same type of business, or have you always been
Well,
selling homes?
I started out 35 years ago as office administrator. And that happened because I was at another job that I wasn't happy with, that I didn't feel like I was going anywhere with. And I wasn't out with people. I was just typing. And then I saw a bunch of beautiful homes in Beverly Hills with some with sold signs or for sale signs on. I thought, I could do that. I could see my, doing that kind of thing and helping people. And then I did.
People go to Beverly Hills to be a movie star. Well, you saw somebody's face on a for sale sign and said, "That's where I want my."
That's funny to think of that way. But then I saw it as a paper for an office administrator, and I thought that'd be a good way to take my clerical experience I had from Forest Service, which I started right out of high school, and real estate and learn more about real estate doing that. So I did that for 4 years in Mendota Heights, West St. Paul. And then I also helped out an office in Apple Valley for a while when when there was a managerial change. And I got my real estate license back right before I got married. So that was all back then. And then I quit and stayed home with my kids for 4 years. And then after that, I started working with a smaller real estate company located in Mendota Heights. And I did new construction out in Woodbury. I had my own little cul-de-sac out in Woodbury selling new construction, representing the builder.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that as much. I like normal people, not people, Sunny.
We're in the right. We're not really sitting with normal people. So what's
That was when the homes were
$500,000 to an open house.
a $500,000 home was a lot more back then.
sure?
This is in the early 90s.
Okay.
So there's a lot of big, really beautiful homes like Delwood and out in Hugo or White Bear Lake out that way. And a lot of people would come and just be tire kickers, or I get a lot of afraid of homes.
Yeah.
So you're saying neighbors are nosy and they want to see what the house looks like. That's right.
Neighbors are great. I love having neighbors come to open houses.
Oh.
But I mean, it's the people, it's just a whole different ballgame with that.
Right.
Then your open house, your 2-hour open houses at Parade of Homes are 6. They can be a lot all day. It's a lot more dragged out. And it's just, there's more emotion with the existing homes.
Right.
I like that much more.
So what's the first step, Lisa? If I want to put my house on the market and I've been living there for 30 years, what's the first step?
What you do is you reach out to me, text, email, or call. And what I do is I come out and do a market analysis for you. And I really get in deep with that because it's the most expensive thing you own, most likely, is your home.
Yeah.
So I want to take the time to get the pricing right and talk to you more about what's expected or what you could do to get it ready, things like that, with staging, things like that. But it's when I do the market analysis, I do all room measurements because I like to have my own instead of going off of somebody else's because you want to make sure it's right.
Sure.
And then I also take pictures for me and for you, not pictures to put out in the MLS, but
Okay.
pictures just because what I do is with my market analysis, when I come back later in the week, I'll have all the room dimensions, all the pictures, the updates you told me about, have that all in a nice report, and then compare it to other homes in the MLS. So you're looking at kind of the same pictures, seeing how yours could be compared to the other ones. And then you can see how we come up with the pricing with the range. Then we talk more about that the second visit. And then we talk more about what Coldwell Banker can do and what I can do for you. And Coldwell Banker's got a lot of great programs. There's a reason why I've been with them for over 35 years because they have a program that helps sellers get their home ready for sale, but not pay for the updates until the closing, which is really nice. I mean, I've had one recently that was, I think it was like at least $30,000 that they paid later. It's 3 different things. Part of it was through the program, part of it was just through the other companies, but it can be done
Yeah.
without too much money out of pocket. And also I can help with staging, the things too, and talk about pictures and everything else that's involved. So there's a lot to talk about. I don't want to get into all of it now because it's too much time with that. But yeah, and then we talk about pricing and then timing and all that.
You're talking a lot about the process, but what are some of the emotions that people are going through that they don't even expect, but they're going to feel during a process of, buying a house or selling a house? Or uh, you sound like you have a lot of programs, you have a lot of steps. Yeah, what's the emotions that people that maybe they wouldn't expect?
Well, I think just the part of having everybody come into their house, how much are they going to have to clean, where they have to put away, um, and just the idea of, do I list my house when I don't know where I'm going yet, or what's the next step as far as what's the inventory like for me to go look? Should I find something first and do that, or and all of that varies with each individual sale because the market is always changing. So we just kind of have to do it play by play with each individual.
And with 35 years of experience, you're able to walk them through those emotions pretty easily.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sure.
And it's the other emotion about selling the home, how long they've been in the home, how it affects them, how it affects their kids, what they have to get rid of to make things if they have to downsize.
Why do we have such emotional ties to materialistic things?
Well, I think it's all. I'm totally into all that. I mean, it's what you have, what you've accumulated over time, and I think a lot of people keep too much of it, and me included. But it's part of the process. I mean, does that make
Well, I
sense?
think
Yeah.
people aren't staying in their homes as long as they did years ago.
Right. I mean, that's why our neighborhood, Lexington Square, has garage sales where people can get rid of their stuff. But yeah, I mean, that's all individual too.
Yeah. And you're not a transactional realtor. You're more of a collaborator. You're a relationship builder.
Yeah.
You stay primarily in the Eagan area, though, in most of the
And the
career
last
that.
$20 years.
And what makes this community such a special place for you? What makes the space that you're in right now so important to you?
Well, I think Eagan is such a great city. I mean, it offers so much and it's so close to the airport. And so it seems so more rural, I guess, and more people here. I mean, it's just home, you know? Um, I mean, I've done real estate. I mean, the first office I worked in as a realtor was Highland. So that's a whole different ballgame there than it is here. And This is just where we actually, when we bought in our neighborhood that I live in now, my very first listing was in that neighborhood in 91, I think it was, or something like that.
And that's the neighborhood that you've sold how many homes in?
78 listings I've had in the neighborhood that I've sold.
Wow. How big is that neighborhood? When you say that, I'm like looking at my neighborhood and I'm like, I see 10 houses in front of me. That's not a neighborhood. What would be considered a neighborhood?
Well, this neighborhood, Lexington Square, has 375 homes.
Wow.
So that's about 20%. That's 27%.
And how did you do that? Because that doesn't just come. So how do
No.
you think that you got 78 homes sold in that neighborhood?
Well, because what I do, I do something that was actually my own idea. I do newsletters, and I used to walk them door to door like 4 times a year in a little bag, on a doorknob with something else in the bag. So I've done that door to door, and I've had contests and things like that. So I do have approximately half of that neighborhood's email address now. So I can email half the time, and it's 365 homes. It's like about 15,000 steps if I deliver it. So it tends to be kind of much, being I'm up there in age, getting there, that I don't really want to have to walk that much again, because I've been walking it for 20 years.
Sure.
So, and I've always done it myself. Well, I've had helpers, but I've never given it to someone to do the whole neighborhood before, because I still like to do it. And
I can see Lisa with her little mom wagon, bobbing off the street with her newsletter.
Oh, you are still delivering those? By hand.
Well, I'll do a next one in April, and then probably July, and then October.
Beautiful.
No, I actually have a bag I throw over my shoulder and carry some in my hand, so it goes fast. I mean, I usually do 100 at a time, three different days. But it's a workout.
That's a great workout.
And then and people in the neighborhood know me now,
Yeah.
and so they trust me, and I think if someone in the neighborhood lists with somebody else, it means they just didn't like me, but that's okay, because I get more of them.
Yeah.
People
Work with people they know, like, and trust.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, it's just it's the confidence again. It doesn't. It's people. Go on from there. But yeah, and I know so many people are right, and people have already also told me that I helped tie the neighborhood together, because we also have a bunko get together with some women. We also have a book club in the neighborhood, and it started with that newsletter, because they all know it and they all see it. And I put in the newsletter, I'll put in there, if you want anything needed, like if there's anything you want me to add, let me know. I'll put that in them too.
Yeah, you've always been really good with that, especially when I owned the restaurant, like doing things, putting in the Taylor Swift events and stuff. Oh yeah, so I appreciate that. Community is really important to you, and I hear you saying that that's one way that you've really built your business over the last 20 plus 35 years. Tell us about community and how important that is, and some of the things, like you're involved with glass ceiling, but how some of those things have been beneficial for your business.
Well, I really enjoy being part of glass ceiling, just other women like me. Um, and it's kind of fun to bond with women and who are thinking the same things. And nice to meet everybody else. The sense of community, I think some stuff came up. Yeah, I think that bringing people together is always great.
Yeah. Well, you're such a huge advocate for us in Glass Ceiling Foundation, being part of our board, and then also being one of our original coming to our happy hours. One thing that I love too about our friendship is now that's expanded to now, because of the place that we do our happy hours. Now we get to do purse bingo together. So, there's so much connection between you and me. So what excites you? What still excites you about selling homes? Because at this point, what's getting you going every single morning?
Well, what's getting me going, one of the first things I think about is when I'm showing houses to buyers and they find the one they like. You can tell the look on their face. They just lighten up, and it's just such a good feeling, because that's it. And I actually had an open house, many, but the most recent one, why, this was last year, but the buyers came through the open house. So I didn't know these people at all. And you could just tell they were the ones. And they did end up writing an offer that day. I mean, there's so many stories. And I love it when I get a text from somebody in the neighborhood that, hey, I'd like you to come out and take a look at my house. Just love that. And I love doing the research, getting the pricing for the homes, or taking pictures and finding just that right picture to put right there. And because I was an office administrator years ago, I still get into the MLS and do all that stuff, where I think a lot of agents don't as much anymore, or we used to not be able to. But where I can go in and I can organize the pictures the way I want them to be, or change the pictures out if the snow melts. And that's kind of a thing. So I'm always, I'm always back taking more pictures if I need to, or taking pictures at an open house is because it's quiet, because it's new. Another picture, oh, I didn't think about this angle. So that's always something there. But, and of course, at the closing, everybody's all happy and relaxed and ready to move on. Nice to hand them the keys or take a picture of them with the keys.
Yes.
Easy place, yeah.
Lisa, what's one mistake that costs people money in real estate that they don't see coming?
I guess one thing that hasn't happened that much to me, but I think if people don't have the inspections and they find issues
Okay.
after the fact. For a while there, that was happening with multiple offers.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it's okay if the buyer knows and they're well aware of what's going on, but if it's their first time buying a home, I would highly recommend inspection.
What's a small upgrade that somebody could do that can make a big difference in their homes right now?
Well, I would say take out as much extra stuff as you can. You don't want you want your home to be visible where anybody would feel comfortable in it. So, I mean, it's pretty basic, but take the family pictures off the wall because you don't want people to be not comfortable.
They want to see themselves in your house.
They don't want to go, oh, who are those people? They look familiar,
Right.
which I've seen it.
So
Staging is important, but not too staged.
okay.
Like where you have the table settings with I think that's going a little too crazy, but staging it, but yet to a point that somebody's living here. This is home.
Yeah. Do you have a definition of a forever home?
Well, that would be dependent on individuals. Everybody
Are
can
you
have
in
their
your
own.
forever home?
Well, for now.
I love that.
I have to clean it.
But well, if my husband home, that's different. But we're one level someday. But yeah,
When you first started 35 years ago, I'm guessing it was a male-dominated industry?
no, it's always been more female dominated.
Really?
Well, yeah, and I think, well, I don't want to say it on here, but women are more, I think, emotional when it comes to that, and they can handle the emotions better maybe than.
You do I think you do a good job of that. And that's why people like working with you.
Aw, thanks.
You're very much a duck on water, right? It just rolls off you. That's what I love. Anytime we talk, you're very aware that people have emotions and
Yeah.
I don't have to attach to those emotions, or people have expectations. And again, I don't have to attach to those expectations.
Right.
And if this isn't it, there's always something better. So you are very much duck on water. It's like
The skin got thicker over the years.
Oh.
But I think, and that's one thing about this, no two transactions are the same and people are people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way it is. And that's one thing I really like about it is individually working with people and helping them get what they want and selling what they love for years, most likely. Home sweet home.
Yeah, and you have to have that thick skin because there are a lot of other realtors out there.
Yeah, and everybody's different.
Yeah.
hmm
How long did it take for you to realize that?
Oh, I think I've always known that. I guess because I work behind the scenes, everybody's seen back then when I was an admin, there's only 30 agents. So it's different. And now there's like 100 in our office. So it's real different that way. But, I had some great mentors over the years too. And you really need that starting out because it's just so hard. But actually the first listing I ever had sold I listed on Thursday and sold on Saturday. It's, oh, this is great.
Lindsay, hooray.
Have you thought about becoming a mentor?
I do help out a couple of these around the office here and there. Yeah.
Nice.
So what's next for you? Are real estate forever? Travel? What are you doing next?
Well, yeah, real estate for a long time, I think yet, at least another 5 years or so. Traveling. I mean, I'm probably doing less because my husband's retired. So it's kind of nice to, like when he first retired, I took 6 months off. And then it was nice to get back in and go, oh yeah, I forgot how much I really like doing this. So, I mean, that's nice about it too. I mean, the thing that is it can come and go. I mean, where years ago I was so concerned about the next transaction, where now I'm not as much anymore because I've just been in it so long.
Good for you. Yeah.
Time is such a beautiful thing, isn't it? That the more time that we put into something, the easier it becomes, but also the flow is so much nicer
Right.
to be able to be in a situation or a position where you can flow. And I know that comes through with the clients that you work with, that there's a flow versus that hustle and grind that can sometimes feel very emotionally charged. So
Right. But sometimes it gets that way if they're in the middle of an offer, if something's happening and it gets more emotional there, but we make our way through, there's always the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah. Well, Lisa, thank you today for sharing your experiences with us. 35 years in real estate.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Bring our community
Yeah.
here.
thanks for always being at, I think there's been less than a handful of times that you've not been at one of our happy hours. And I think that for me, I have a little bit of social anxiety. And
No.
I do. And being able to come to an event such as the happy hour and see familiar faces that are there on a consistent basis helps people like me that has that little bit of social anxiety when I go into a new space. And you have been such a great anchor. And I notice when you're not there because you are an anchor for me when I go and I can know that you're there. So, I don't share a lot about, my social anxiety because certainly I don't want that to be a prominent thing in my life. But you are an anchor for me and I appreciate you being a part of the Glass Ceiling Foundation and everything that we do because it does truly help me.
Oh, thanks. And you guys love going to that because of you guys. And it is nice to get to know more people as we do this and how it makes it easier to go.
Yeah.
But it is a lot of fun. Yeah.
It is a lot.
Thank you for being here with us.
We'll see you at the power lunch.
Yeah.
In April.
Right. In April. And happy hour.
All right.
My sign. All
Let's go.
right. Thank you.
Thank you so much for joining us for today's episode. If something we shared sparked a new idea, gave you a fresh perspective, or simply made you feel seen, we'd love for you to pass it on. Share this episode with a friend, a colleague, or a fellow powerhouse woman who's walking her own journey. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to subscribe so you'll never miss an episode. Until next time, keep showing up, keep rising, and remember, there's no ceiling you can't break through.